right, so apparently I've been telling y'all this, man, that Turkey is the one that's pushing the agenda for, Terence Crawford to come back. He's the one that's pushing the agenda, and maybe because he put up so much money for the Canelo Crawford original, or to Canelo in general, and maybe the Crawford rematch, he feel like will continue to make them or turn a profit. I guess he's doing a photo shoot for Everlast.
First thing they're gonna say is, he's coming out of retirement. No, I'm not.
So, and the thing about the obsession with retirement and professional fighters is they always come back. I mean, Rocky Marciano, before he passed away, it was rumored that he was about to come back. Mayweather, he's still, fighting, really not officially retired. Pacquiao, you see coming back. Ray Leonard retired and came back. I mean, it's been people that walked away. I mean, shit, Marvin Hagler walked away. I've never seen him in a boxing ring again. So, so I told y'all Turkey is behind this, man. When you kind of understand how dudes with money operate, when you understand it and how they want to will their way and they think they can do anything, they think they can do anything they want to do. This is how they get in situations where they say women, great soda them. This is how they get in those situations. Real talk. This is why they get to owning sports teams and it don't turn out the way they wanted to turn out. Real talk. This is why they get to own these sports teams and they think that they can will their way to get in the championship. They can buy their way to get in the championship, and they fall right on their face. Real spill. And he says, what's better than being undisputed? Being undisputed 2 times. What's better than being undisputed 2 times? Being undisputed 3 times in 3 different weight classes. Not argue with your mama. And Turkey said, we want the rematch with Canelo. Maybe it is a chance for you to be for. And for what? What do I need to be for? Only way for it becomes prestigious if I can go to 160 and become four or something like that. And I told y'all, he the one that's telling Max Kellerman and Moist Mike Coppinger to cyberbully Bud. He's the one that's putting the memo out and probably hiring bots on the internet to force Bud into that rematch. And I told y'all, man, them non-black people don't be y'all friend, man. It's just beneficial. It's just the relationships is beneficial to them. They don't really be your friend. I be trying to explain that to people over and over again, man. In business, you have no friends. He's the one that's telling these people. Canelo probably don't even want to really rematch him, but he telling him, "Oh yeah, mention him, look impressive. Mention him, do this, say his name." And Bud is a smart individual, bro. He know they want to bring him back to rob him. That ain't nothing new. You got the WBC on my ass, which if I choose to fight Canelo, they gonna act like everything is copacetic or something like we cool, everything is copacetic, and then they gonna try to fuck me on the scorecard. They might try to fuck you with a drug test. They gonna try to mess you over somehow, some way. Bud knows better than to trust them fucking graham crackers. He know better than to do that. And if you gonna trust them, they better pay. Dude, I need a $500 million. I need a $500 million. Then if you gonna trust, you want me to get up in that ring, I want a $500 million. The real spill. I want a $500 million. So he already know what the play is. And I told y'all Turkey was behind this slander of him and trying to make him come out of retirement. Should have did a rematch clause then, which it didn't matter. He could retire for rematch clause. He living his best life. 37 years old. Canelo, I know how to beat him. Man, motherfucker, you had a whole year to learn how to beat him, and you didn't know how to beat him. You struggled versus Mayweather. You struggled versus Lara in that style. You struggled versus Dimitri Bivol. Why they ain't beating down the door versus Dimitri Bivol? That's what you got to ask yourself. Why they ain't beating the door down to get the Bivol rematch? Because remember, these the same people that say Bud didn't sell. And then what do? They say, Boots, go slander. They always can get a fucking bootlegger to go slander a brother name. They always go get a bootlicker to slander a brother name. They always do. And they like, Boots, go say that, you would knock them out and do this. And I'm telling you, dude, you always gonna be able to find in today's, society, you're gonna find a surplus of bootlegging, trash can banging ass black people, bro. You always gonna find them. Boots is no exception. These dudes don't have no sense of worth. They don't have no sense of racial pride. They don't have no sense of racial self-righteousness. Nothing. They'll sell themselves out. They'll sell themselves out and then wonder why people don't mess with them. Slavery was a choice ass niches, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Come on. Come on. So I told y'all, this is Turkey Al-Sheikh this whole time trying to cyber bully Bud into coming back and fighting again. For a guy that everybody say don't sell, Tank a big star. Why don't you go bully Tank so Tank such this big star? Why don't you go bully Tank? That's what I don't understand. Why don't you go bully Tank? Go bully Tank into coming back. That's what I don't understand. They're obsessed with black people. I keep telling you that, man. A lot of this hate, a lot of this hate that they get is really admiration. Tell you that right now. A lot of this hate they get is admiration, bro. It's confused admiration. Is I really want to be like you. I really wish I could jump, punch, do backflips, be cool like you, have swag like you. That's what that shit really be boiling down to. That's what it be boiling down to. He's just really trying to bully this dude. He's really trying to bully this dude into coming back. Instead of saying Canelo Alvarez, you know, instead of saying Canelo Alvarez, man, go fight Benavidez, man. Go fight Benavidez. I told y'all when you the best, and they find out that you useful, they find out that you smart, they find out that you capable, right? They find out that you capable. You know, they like to really lean. They like to really pour onto those people. I'm telling you, they really like to pour onto those people. Heavy. They like to lean. They like to ask the most. And meanwhile, the rest of the population who lacks in ambition, who lacks in ability, right? They don't ask nothing of those guys. They don't ask nothing from those slackers, bro. They let slackers slide. They let frauds be fraudulent. But they all the biggest and the brightest that we had to offer. We exhaust them. Why do you think so many people at work don't they really half-ass it? Because then you got a whole bunch of people at work, who get paid the same amount of money or more, and they don't do shit. And don't nobody ever threaten to write them up, threaten to fire them, or nothing. What Turkey need to be put his power into is forcing Canelo Alvarez to rematch Bivol, to fight David Benavidez. That's what he need to be putting his power to. That's where your energy should be going at. Real talk. That's where his energy should be going at. But don't nobody really want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. Real spill, but it is what it is. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.